project with Purdue Extension in Dearborn County. I'm so excited to share more with you in this video, and it's going to be all about accountability and keeping track of who's maintaining the garden and what has already been checked, and just making sure that everyone is on the same page. Because in youth programs, often there are many different people working together to care for your garden system. So it's a unique experience that looks different when you compare it to something like a homeowner having their own garden systems in their home, and that homeowner is the one that always takes care of the garden system. It's not like that in youth programs. In youth programs, you may have multiple staff members, multiple students, or youth within your program that are working together to care for the garden. And I recommend that. It's a great way to use it as a teamwork, a team effort. And so when you're organizing your maintenance checks, first of all, for the adults, I recommend that you set your kids up or your youth up into group maintenance teams. So maintenance teams where 1 or 2 or 3 different students or youth members of your program work together to do a maintenance check on the garden. And then those groups can alternate different weeks. Because again, each week you just need to check the garden one time. And so you can have like group A do it one week and group B do it the next week, and alternate like that or something like that. But whoever is checking the garden and running the maintenance checks, so looking for things like wiping down the system, making sure that all the dead leaves are removed, checking the water level, adding water and nutrient solution if needed, checking the pH level, adjusting the pH if needed, and lastly, checking the pump and looking all around just to make sure everything else looks like it's running smoothly and everything is intact. You will need a checklist. I strongly recommend you have a checklist that will look a lot like, let's see, it reminds me of when I was a teenager working as a lifeguard, and there was always a checklist for all the different lifeguards, things they had to check, the water, what the chairs are laid out right, I mean, all these different things, right? And we had to sign off and check to make sure each thing had been done during our shift. Similar to that, but way simpler. This is where these maintenance checklists come into play. And so there's a place for the person to put, or the group to put their name or names, and then check boxes to put that they've checked these different maintenance checks and they've confirmed that they've added water or adjusted the pH, and etc. And so if you have all of those maintenance checks from the different groups or people that are helping you with your garden system, and they're all on one sheet, that is going to go a really long way to keep everyone on the same page and make sure that everyone's doing the same thing or going through the same steps when they're checking on the garden system. This is so simple, yet so important. And so I hope this helps you, and I cannot wait to share more with you in the next video. Thank you.
This maintenance checklist walks you through all the things you need to check each week on your aeroponic garden system. It is based on Tower Garden by Juice Plus. You can access a link to this PDF in the description of this video. If you go through all these steps each week, your tower garden will look beautiful. This is an example of one way you could put together a signature sheet to help keep track of weekly maintenance checks. You can see here, week by week, there's a space for the students to put their group name, and then a space to check that they've checked the water level, checked the pH level, removed dead or dried leaves, and wiped the garden clean on the outside. You can also see that there's some area here where they can make notes about certain things that the teacher may need to know about. You can access a PDF link for this sample signature sheet in the description of this video.